a special presentation of the Sim Racing Channel. Real racing, virtually.
What's going on, guys? Hey, how are you? Repeat back with you, and it's time for another ARCS Saturday Night Showdown Truck Series race live from Kansas Motor Speedway. And boy, these guys are in race number 2, round number 2 of the season's playoffs. And as you can see so far, Joshua Gaiman is on top of the qualifying boards. It's been an interesting night, guys. A lot of guys, talking about a little bit of looseness, a little bit of tightness. What's going to be expected going into the corners? Going to have just about 18 truckers out here on track so far. Tom Andrews, Tommy Withers, and Byron Jones has yet to take a time, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. Glad all of y'all can come on out, hang out, chat it up, and keep me company. Whether you're here on Roku TV, big welcome through the Sim Racing Channel, of course on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. Again, big welcome aboard to everyone. Hope everybody's night's doing all right. Hope everybody had a great Labor Day. Welcome to everybody that works hard for that little bit of jingle you get in your pocket. That holiday was literally all about you and me and the average working Joe. So man, what a great day to be recognized. Have a 3-day weekend. Come on back, get racy. Everybody, a lot of people were able to watch the race from Darlington. Let me know what you thought about that race out there in chat. What did you find extra about it? What was good to you? So while you guys go ahead and put that out there, let's go ahead and show you how these guys are going to go ahead and grid up right now. Let's go. So there we go. So again, Joshua Gaiman, he's going to be on the pole with Noah Belleville, P number 2, Jason Alexander with Donald Ray, P3 and 4. P5 is going to be Jacob Blankenship with Dylan McDonald, who is outside for row number 3. Row 4 is going to be Tom Sears in that 14. That you can imagine, you can bet that thing's going to be bad fast tonight. With Aiden Norman, last week's winner, here in that number 62 in P number 8. P9 is going to be Elric George with Kevin Feemster in that number 2 starting P10. P11 is going to be James Kerr in that Black Acid number 75. Trista Catania in that number 48 to round out row number 6. Behind these guys, we are going to see Nicholas Fisher in his number 89, P13. Briley Wright to round out row number 7. Row 8 is going to be Patrick Allen in his 45. Byron Jones having a little bit of a wheel issue tonight for P16. P17 is going to be Tom Andrews in that 24. And to round out this field is going to be Tommy Withers. And man, what a great race it is set to be. Let's go ahead and clear all this out. We'll go ahead and bring back up your scoring pylon so you can see exactly who is going to be where all night long. And of course, we'll go ahead and bring up your track map. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and show you what the weather is going to be for these guys tonight as well. It looks like so far it's going to be just about a 74-degree track temp and a 73-degree air temp. So it's going to be pretty good. Can't wait to go ahead and set this off for each and every one of you. There you see the iRacing pace car going to go ahead and pull off, and there is the field going to just stack on up right behind them. Again, big welcome to everybody out there. What a great night we are in store for. Again, 18 trucks going to go ahead and battle it out. A whole lot of highline racing. But if I'm not mistaken, the last time I covered a truck race, these guys were really able to get down and dirty and pull off a whole bunch of slide jobs and run low, run middle, run high. High side always has the momentum, and this is one of those tracks where if you're on the bottom, you almost want to kind of pinch that guy up because you can also use that momentum to come up off the corner as well, so you're not losing too much time. So we'll have to see if that's what they do, and or if some of them won't. Again, this series brought to you by Midwest Barbecue. I'll go ahead and I'll throw that link out there in chat in just a little bit, as well as Chicks and Honey over on Instagram. Chicks, C-H-I-X, the and sign Honey. We're pulling into the restart zone. Get ready. Green flags out. Let's go racing. As you see, coming across the start stripe, it looks like Noah Belleville able to go ahead and lead that one. We got a wreck behind. Looks like Elric George is going to be part of that, as well as maybe one or two others. Caution number one is out tonight. And yeah, it looks like Byron Jones might have been caught up a little bit further in the back. And again, I'm pretty sure we saw Elric George caught up in that as well in this number 40 Craftsman machine. But let's go back, find out what happened right there with Byron Jones and Elric and any others. And we'll come back live just after it. But for now, let's go ahead and pick up with the chase camera from this number 40. And we'll take a ride in the back. Let's go. Just a little bit of right rear to Byron after trying to dodge all that, but not too bad. In his own says, Kansas, this race may be very chaotic. We'll see. He probably couldn't be more right. But Zone, yeah, doing pretty well, man. Hope you are. I'm absolutely ready for all 100 races here from Kansas Motor Speedway. Looks like Noah Belleville, after going purple that lap with the fastest lap so far, turned on lap 2, 33.65. Nobody else anywhere near the 33s, even back there in draft. So Noah really getting that thing to stick and had a whole lot of momentum going off, pulling off the corner. Let's see if we can find out and see exactly what happened with Elric George right there. Got a little loose. Looks like the 62 is the one that tagged Byron and almost caught up with the 40. The 62 is Aiden Norman. last week's winner. Let's see if we can find out what happened with Aiden. Let's go ahead and rewind it from there. All right, let's go from here. He's up on the high side, maybe thinking about going 3 wide. 38 comes on up just a bit, pulls back down. No doubt there, definitely no net code. Just 38 came on up, tagged the back end of the 62, sent him around, and as Byron tried to dodge him, just gets clipped a little bit in that U.S. Air Force Patriot Esports number 29. All right, let's go back live again. Zone says bad luck for Norman, but it's still early in the race, so he may be able to make a comeback. I'll be watching him throughout the race tonight. You and me both, Zone. You and me both. So as you can see, the lights atop the pace car are out. Here you see going through turns 1 and 2. You can see that over on your track map on the right-hand side. Again, big thank you to everybody out there on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and through the Sim Racing channel on Roku TV. Oh, guys and gals, by the way, in case you hadn't already heard, if you didn't see it, through the tweet sent out by the Sim Racing channel, they've actually decreased the amount of a subscription to the channel for a year. Instead of it being $29.99, it's actually just $19.99 for 12 full months. So go on over, grab your sub. You'll be able to watch everything commercial free, no issues, all the time, all racing, all POVs, all broadcasts, no matter what it is. You'll be able to catch it all. And you'll be able to catch this race right over there as well whenever you want through my video on demand library, which I'm glad to continually build. Green flag's back out. Let's go. Multi-Couples just subscribed. Thank you very much, Multi-Couples, and welcome to the Sim Racing channel or Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, whichever you're watching. Thank you very much. Absolutely appreciate it. If you got a horse in this show, who do you got? Who's it going to be tonight? '41 right now sitting P number 1. Again, it's going to be Noah Belleville. He's got the 5 of Donald Ray Bite right behind him. And on that last lap, Tom Sears that just went down and grabbed 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods and went ahead and topped it off. He just went ahead and ran the fastest lap of the race so far, 32:32. So, man, not too shabby. In fact, you know what? I'll go ahead on up and I'll show you what each driver's best time has been so far. I'll let that sink in for just a little bit, and then we'll come back to the gap between each driver. But there you go on the scoring pylon. There is your driver's fastest laps so far. Multi-Couple say, I like the 61. Yeah, Joshua Gaiman, very fast. He was able to go ahead and actually win the pole, the Smeal Racing Designs pole for the race so far. He's got a little bit of damage to the right-hand side, but right now sitting P number 4, 3 spots back from where he qualified. And you can imagine he's going to do his best to keep it. He might need to spend a little extra time on pit road to get that thing just right, but the draft around Kansas Motor Speedway is a very big tool. So if he can stay tucked up behind somebody else, he will be A-okay. So again, Noah's going to go ahead and lead that one. Big battle right now between the 5 and the 41. 5 kind of gone up and laid a little extra dirty air on the left-hand quarter panel of that 41. Got the 41 just a little loose. 5 in that big old draft going to suck right up. Jason Alexander in his 53 Coors machine. He sees all this happening in front of him. He's just wondering how it's all going to pan out and do what he wants to do, where he wants to do it. Behind these guys, you got Dylan McDonald back here in that 38, up 1 spot, sitting P5. Elric George Right behind him, that's old Bossy Geo, the Clearwater Assassin, as a lot of people tend to call him. Behind him is going to be Jacob Blankenship in this 85. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and pull up your driver details, shall we? There we go. Jacob Blankenship in this 85. James Kerr from Snow Camp, North Carolina, up 3 spots, sitting P8 in his number 75 Black Acid Toyota TRD. Patrick Allen in this number 45 from Atlantic City, New Jersey. Byron Jones in this 29 from Goodyear, Arizona. These guys were all just having a conversation about, you know, which state is hotter, which one's cooler, you know, and all that. And Byron Jones says, y'all got nothing on Arizona. The only thing I can say is it's a dry heat. Anyway, let's keep on moving on. So we talked about Patrick Allen. How about Tommy Withers back here with his number 6? Scott's machine, kind of an old Carl Edwards throwback, I guess you could say. Behind him, you see Tom Andrews in that Exalta number 24 and his onboard. Briley Wright back here in this number 51 DuPont machine. 45 smacking a wall. 51 nowhere to go. Able to keep it going though, but that's going to cause a lot of damage to both machines. And you can imagine that they're going to spend just a little bit of time on pit road. So how about Tristan Catania? He's moving up now that these guys both have some damage. And his ally 48 Silverado. Then we're going to have Briley Wright in his 51. We were just talking about him. How about Nicholas Fisher in his number 89 Bang machine? Truck's kind of loud, but I like it. From Fort Worth, Texas. Kevin Feemster back here in this Deuce. Look at this black and silver. Loving this paint scheme. Very, very clear, very basic. Yeah, absolutely pops under these lights. Aiden Norman in this number 62, saw him go for a ride earlier out of Dobson, North Carolina. And then, Briley Wright, he's decided to go ahead and take that 51 down pit road. Grab some tires, fix it up just a little bit, and come on out. You have to have a truck that's good in the air, especially here at Kansas Motor Speedway. All right, so let's go ahead and clear all that out. You guys have been able to see your guys' fastest laps, so let's go ahead and take that aside. Not that. I want to keep the track map up. There we go. That's what I wanted to remove. All right, so let's go ahead and bring back your gaps between drivers. And as you can see now, Noah Belleville, he's still got the 5 right up his trumpet, staying right in his tire tracks. Not much else going on. Zone says Jones in the top 10 after that wreck. What a comeback. Can he pull off the upset? Not only that, Zone, but he's also racing with a wheel tonight with no force feedback whatsoever. So he's having to be just a little extra cautious on the wheel, not to put too much in, so he's not, tearing up the right front, and also can't put too little wheel in, so he's actually able to make the corner. So Byron Jones right now sitting in P number 8, up 8 spots from where he qualified. This is after one very quick caution that happened on lap number 2. But Byron Jones so far doing all right in this U.S. Air Force Patriot Esports number 29 Silverado. See the 5 kind of go on up and tag the wall just a little bit. That's going to kill the momentum that he had and allow the 53 of Jason Alexander to come right back up on his back bumper, on his tailgate, and might even try for a little bit of a pass here. He should definitely have the momentum off the high side. Sees the 5 move all the way down low. Can't give away too much track and let him keep that pace up. But 53 is going to be up high. You'll be able to see, look at him come through the center of the corner and really just gain a whole lot of time through the middle and off. New second place driver. Talking about that number 53. Absolutely. Joshua Gaiman back here still sitting in P number 4. Elric George making up some big spots as you see him down underneath the 85 of Jacob Blankenship. 85 comes on down, comes across the nose of the 40, and able to keep on keeping on. There's Byron Jones now up to P number 6. So he continually he's continually picking up spots. Tommy Withers back here as well as Tom Sears. Definitely seeing some people down low. I'm not quite sure what happened right there with Tristan Catania in the 48, but he's just came off of pit road. Looks like Don Ray, Kevin Feemster, and Tom Andrews also down pit road, working lap 23 of 100. And it looks like so far the only drivers that have not yet come down pit road, whether it's under that caution or here under lap number 23, is going to be our leaders. Noah Belleville, Jason Alexander, Joshua Gaiman, Elric George, and now Byron Jones. And just as I say that, Belleville and Gaiman come on down pit road. If you just joined, big welcome and thank you for coming out, hanging out, chatting it up. Join in the zone out there on Facebook or on YouTube rather, and keep him company in the chat or get on out there in Twitch or wherever you want to go and chat it up with each other. I promise I will share your messages, and most of all, I appreciate it. These guys out here on track, when they go back to watch it, they appreciate it as well. So again, big thanks for coming out, hanging out, chatting it up, and keeping us all company, whether it's on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, or the one and only Sim Racing channel on Roku TV. If you've got a Roku TV or Roku TV device, go on over, search out the Sim Racing channel. The logo looks just like what's inside the track map on the top right-hand side of your screen. Go on over. It's 99 cents per month or $19.99 right now as a special for a full year. All commercial-free content, whether it's right here with my channel, Repeat 1975, or Repeat, whatever you want to call me. Just don't call me late for dinner. Or if it's going to be KS Gaming 51 or Atlanta Racing or Rick James TV or Hugh Pujanowski or Blair Patterson or Bud Racing 88, whoever it's going to be, man, we appreciate you and glad you are here. Tommy Withers got a new leader up here with the in this number 6. Tom Sears just a little bit further behind by about 7 seconds, but that's just because Tom Withers, the last time he came down pit road was on lap number 3. It looks like he's going to go ahead and try to woe it up and slow this number 6 Scott's machine up all the way down to I believe just about 45 miles per hour. So he stayed out. He went ahead and grabbed a lap lead. And now he'll grab 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods, go ahead and top it off and come on back out. Looks like Tom Sears in this number 14, he's going to be right there behind him. So when it's all said and done, Noah Belleville in this number 41 Haas machine, he will go ahead and resume the lead and keep things rolling. So he last pit on lap number 23. Jacob Blankenship, that just moved up to P number 2. He pit on lap 24. The 5 of Donald Ray. He last pit on 21. So these guys going between 21 and 24 laps on a tank of fuel. But they did have one early caution on lap number 2. So it might kind of thrown that just a little off key. But so far, Noah Belleville definitely showing that he's got what it takes to come on up and really try to get this job done. Go on back here, look for a good fight. As you can see by the track map, a lot of these guys very, very separated now. Donald Ray back here in this number 5. Tom Andrews, he's got Tristan Catania right behind in that 48. Look at this, 24 and 88. Where have we seen these colors before? Oh yeah, that's right, old William Byron, and in the 48 of Alex Bowman on any given Sunday. Those two guys racing pretty hard side by side. And just as I say that, looks like Elric George, he's going to come on up in that number 40 Craftsman machine and take that spot away from the 48. The next really looks like this 48 is having a bit of an issue with his handling. Just about made contact with the outside wall, and that allowed Byron Jones in that number 29 now officially up 10 spots from where he started in qualifying. Actually didn't qualify. He just came right out on track because he's having some wheel issues. No force feedback in his wheel whatsoever. So he's having to feel his way the entire race. Tommy Withers back here behind this number 48. We just saw him go down pit road from the leader, able to come on back out in P number 8. Jason Alexander back here in his number 53 Coors machine. And Tom Sears we also saw go down pit road from P number 2, now P number 10, 3 spots back from where he qualified. Behind these guys going to be Kevin Feemster in this deuce. He's got a little bit of a hornet's nest, a little bit of a pack back here. But he is leading the charge. You see the 75 black acid machine for James Kerr, and Aiden Norman a little bit further back. He actually just got put a lap down by our leader, Noah Belleville, in this 41. Zone says something happened to 38 of McDonald. He's out of the race. So Dylan McDonald, yeah, unfortunately out of the race. Looks like he's out of the race along with Briley Wright. So that's going to leave 16 trucks left on the course as we pick up with the guy that's last right now in P16, talking about the number 45 Silverado in that Coca-Cola Zero. Looks like Silverado for Patrick Allen. Nicholas Fisher right behind him in that bang machine. So that spot right now is for, let me see, that is for position. Looks like the last guy that's on the lead lap right now is going to be the 75 with James Kerr sitting right here in this Race ARCS black acid machine. I tell you, I've gone to South Boston Speedway a couple times, as well as Orange County here in North Carolina. We're just over the Virginia border for South Boston. And there is a racer that races these colors week in and week out. And she actually does a really phenomenal job. Just like James Kerr, if he has an issue, he still completes all the laps, does the best he can as long as the thing's not blown up. She does the same thing at South Boston and does a great job to rep Black Sports. Caution number 2 is going to fly, and I believe that's going to be our stage break if I'm not mistaken. So came out at the end of lap 35, start of lap 36. Noah Belleville in that 41 is going to be the leader. The 5 Don Ray, Jacob Blankenship, that is going to be your top 3. So we're going to give these guys just a little bit and see if we can maybe get a hold of Noah Belleville when it's all said and done, and see exactly what he's thinking about this Haas Automation Ford F-150. You see the 62 come on down, take a little bit of a ride through the grass. But yeah, 41, he's definitely got a handle on Kansas Motor Speedway, to say the least. Guys that are a lap down, they're going to go ahead and stay out. The lucky dog looks like that was going to be possibly Joshua Gaiman. We'll have to see, but you see them go on by the entrance of pit road and do what they got to do. You see all your leaders pulling into their pit stall, grabbing their 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods, going to go ahead and fill it up. Working lap 36. Who's it going to be? Okay, so it's going to be Noah Belleville. We'll go ahead and pull him up to the booth right now. Noah Belleville, driver, this number 41 Ford F-150 Haas Automation Machine. Noah, you definitely seem to have a pretty strong truck here at Kansas Motor Speedway. I'm not going to ask you your secret. We know that some people tune in to the broadcast, but it looks like you're feeling pretty good about this track tonight, sir.
Yeah, short run car, everybody's just pretty much all together. It's wide open around the track, so everyone stays all bunched up in a group, but there on the long run, the car really pulled away, and that was actually pretty surprising to me, so hopefully that trend continues tonight, because I definitely like a good long run car, but tire wear is pretty hefty, so there on that pit stop, I didn't take tires, saved the set for the end, hopefully, if that comes into play, and it worked out, because kept the stage win.
Yeah, I definitely got the stage win. Finishing up lap number 35, going into lap 36. And it looks like, if I'm not mistaken, the lights atop the pace car, yeah, they are still on. So you got one more time to go around. What is your game plan for these remaining 60 laps, give or take?
Get a good launch here, get out in front. Try and run the high line as much as I can without losing too much track position, because it really helps save the tires, and hopefully pull away on the long run like I did that last time.
There you go, bud. All right, well, before I get you back, any quick friends, family, sponsors you want to give a good old shout out to?
Yep, shout out to everyone watching, and hope we put on a good show.
There you go. All right, buddy, I'll get you back down with your Prophecy Racing teammates. Good luck, go get them, and as our buddy Rick James always says, sir, keep the shiny side up.
Yep, have fun.
All right, so that was Noah Belleville, driver of this number 41 Ford F-150. Man, it's gonna be an interesting race. He's definitely shown to be very, very fast. Yeah, Zone, I definitely caught that as well. Norman sitting back there in P13 was your lucky dog. And now he's going to be able to see exactly what he's got for the rest of the field. Just has to, get that thing fixed up a little bit, come on out, and show why he's been able to grab a couple of W's here in his rookie season with ARCS, whether it's on Thursday Night Thunder with Rick James or right here in the Midwest Barbecue Chicks and Honey Saturday Night Showdown Truck Series right here on iRacing. Captain Ellis 28 says, don't sleep on the old man in that 53. Not on your life, talking about that 53. Jason Alexander and that Coors machine to his outside. Right now it's an all Ford front row. So let's go ahead and clear the info. Let's get ready to go back racing. It's going to be one hell of a restart. 41 says he's going to try to get after it as quick as he can. He is the pace truck. I'm sorry, he is the control truck, rather. So the whole field goes on him. When he, smashes that loud pedal, that's when everybody else can go. The 53, he's just got to try to stay as consistent as he can on that high side. Here we go. Let's go. right, so riding on board right there with the 213 Simware machine for the one and only Tom Sears right now sitting in P6, actually just falling back to P7 as you see that 5 absolutely hard on the throttle all the way through the turns, able to catch up with the 53 there of Jason Alexander on his outside. 14 trying to find out where his truck's going to work the best and try to make up some spots. But man, that was a very, very strong corner by that by the 5 of Donald Ray going on through. But here you got to be kind of careful. You don't want to wear down your tires too fast. You got to definitely make sure that they're going to be good to go for the long run. The only reason that caution came out because it's the one and only stage break. So we saw that Noah Belleville was able to grab max points there for the first stage, wrapping up on lap number 35, and has continued to move on. But how about right now this number 40 for Elric George? He's continuing to drive on up through the field, making up time and spots, now up 7 spots from where he qualified. So started P number 9, right now sitting P number 2 and running in the tire tracks of that number 41. So great job completely by him. Looks like we got a battle for the lead on our hands. 40 down low, 41 up high. Look at these perfectly. I mean, these schemes very, very close. You got a Craftsman truck on the bottom side. You got a Ford F-150 Haas machine up on the high side, and giving each other hell all the way through the corners and around. Looks like the 40 gets into and off the corner a little bit, or into and through the center of the corner just a little bit better, but the 41 able to come off that high side carrying all kinds of momentum. This track has been a high line track for as long as I can think of, going all the way back through console days, going back to like NASCAR 09, the Heat 1, Heat 2, Heat 3, Heat 5. I mean, this has always been a high line track. You can carry all kinds of momentum and you spend very, very little time off the throttle. Once you feel that nose set, you're good to go. You get back on the throttle and you try to pull away. Just about to halfway, working lap number 49 right now, out of 100. And again, this is the Midwest Barbecue Saturday Night Showdown iRacing Truck Series with these ARCS guys from Kansas Motor Speedway. Definitely appreciate everybody that's out there. And man, what a race it's been so far. One caution for a truck incident very, very early, and then just the stage break. Other than that, they've been all clean and all green all night long. A little bit further in the back, you see this awesome foursome here. 3 trucks up high, led by the 24, the 6 of Tommy Withers, and Byron Jones just a little bit further back. But man, what a battle this is. You see the 89 down low. He's actually 1 or more laps down. That's going to be Nicholas Fisher. Fisher is actually 3 laps down. And the only truck not out of the race that is 1 or more laps down. It looks like the 45 of Allen, Joshua Gaiman, McDonald, and Briley Wright all out of the race, just leaving 14 trucks to continue to race it out here from Kansas. You see the Sick kind of pack just a little bit of air on the left rear of that 24, and then pull low, try to side draft him just a little bit, push him back, and then drop low very, very quickly, grab as much room as he can so he couldn't be dragged back himself, and then keep on keeping on. We saw Noah Belleville and the 41 of Elric George battling it out just a little bit ago. Well, now here comes the 85 of Jacob Blankenship. He's going to try to get underneath that 40, maybe try to pull him back just a bit also. I think with the 40 really making some big moves and charging his way to the front earlier, I think he might have started to wear his stuff down. These guys were having to pit about between lap 20 and 25. Their stage break was at lap 35. So they'll start coming down pit road here very, very soon, within about the next 8 laps, give or take. But man, what a race it's been so far. But this has been the Noah Belleville show so far all night long. The battle for third absolutely heating up side by side between the 40 and the 5. Down low, you still see that 89. Again, not for position for him, though. He is 3 laps down, just kind of mixing it up. He knows that the caution comes out, as long as he's not the reason for the caution, he'll go ahead and get one of those laps back. And then he just needs that old saying to come true, where cautions breed cautions, and he can grab each of those laps back. And he's showing that he's fast enough to be up here to contend with the leaders. He might just need a little bit of bad luck to fall his way. Josh Coble out there in chat says, "Hey, what's up? Good to see you out there on YouTube, Josh. Thanks for coming out. Big welcome to you, man." Coble saying he's liking that 85 sitting P number 2. Absolutely. If he can get up there and contend, I mean, right now he's up 3 spots from where he qualified, doing a pretty good job. He just has to take care of his tires, and he can absolutely be up there. I also just mentioned that pit stops will be coming up in very short order. If he can get really aggressive going on to pit road without speeding, maintain pit road speed without speeding all the way to his pit box, have a great pit stop, and then not speed coming out, and the 41 has some kind of an issue, the 85 could definitely make up some time. But again, this 89 right now, he's not actually, this isn't a battle for P number 2. The 85 has that all to himself. The 89 there, as you can see on the scoring pylon, he is still 3 laps down. So he's got to do his thing. Nope, Josh Coble, I don't know Chase Briscoe. Nope, sorry I don't. I think I actually sent him a DM, though, not too long ago, asking him to give the command for the next Sim Racing Channel live event, which will be in the Cup Series here very, very soon. So we'll see if he actually responds to me. If you know Chase Briscoe, tell him to go check his Twitter DMs. Tell him I sent him a message. Yeah, Zone, I really think when the 40 was charging up through the field, he wore out his stuff just a little bit, so he's having to let this Craftsman truck coast just a little bit longer before he's able to get back on the throttle and try to move his way on up. But if a caution was to come up and he was able to come on down pit road after gaining that much track position, would have absolutely worked out in his favor. So I think you really can't stay out here. You've got to come on down. You got to put another set on and then come out, make up max time, and do your thing. I believe these guys had 4 or 5 sets in the pits waiting for them throughout the evening. And yeah, 40's still doing his thing. Got a little bit of a fight here with the 5 of Donald Ray up on the high side. There comes Byron Jones, now up 11 spots. he's in P number 5, trying to battle this out. He wants more. But again, Byron Jones, if you didn't catch it earlier, he is racing with 0 force feedback in his wheel tonight. So he's not feeling any bit of it. Whoa, the little bit of netcode 29 up into the wall. That's going to put both of them up into the wall. So far, though, no caution. Definitely a problem between those two. And man, that was a hard lick. Definitely have some takers on pit road. 29, he's going to come on down right now, as well as Noah Belleville, Tom Sears, Jacob Blankenship, Elric George, and more. But yeah, that was interesting. Let's see if, while they're going down pit road, let's see if we can go back and see exactly how, even though we saw it live, let's go back and play on that one more time. Nope, that's not going to be it. There we go. Oh, that's not going to be it either. There we go. Or this might be a little too far back. Nope, this is right where it was. Let's rewind that a little bit. All right, let's go. Yeah, they were close, and unfortunately, you know, Uncle Netcode, he's decided to go ahead and visit Kansas Motor Speedway tonight, and a little bit of damage to both trucks. Let's go ahead and bring it back live. So right now, Noah Belleville back in the lead in this number 41. 85 with Jacob Blankenship right now sitting P number 2. Tommy Withers, P3. Tom Sears in his number 14. P4, and Byron Jones able to hold on to P5 even after that contact with the 40 of Elric George. Elric George a little bit further back here. You see him with the 75 of James Kerr and the 5 of Donald Ray. So with all this going on, 89, he's down to just 1 lap behind, and he has not yet pit. The last time he pit was on lap 42. So he's hoping for that caution to fly so he can come on down, grab his set, top it off, and say let's go. But all these guys will have to pit at least one more time. The last guy to pit there was on lap 61. They last pit on lap 35, so 25, that's 26 laps that they just ran under green. They will all have to pit at least one more time. If you just joined, big welcome to everybody out there on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and of course the Sim Racing channel through Roku TV. Big thanks and welcome aboard. You know, if you're out there, you know, say hello, Josh Coble and Zone and Capanel and everybody else that's come out, hung out, chatted up, and kept us all company. Been a pretty good, pretty interesting race so far. Working lap 68 out of 100, and every single one of these guys really doing a phenomenal job here from Kansas Motor Speedway. You see the iRacing blimp up there on the top left-hand side, and what a beautifully lit facility here. Man, Kansas, definitely a whole lot of fun. Very nice high line track. let's go ahead and continue bringing on back down as they try to keep up with your coverage. So it looks like Jacob Blankenship has been able to go on up and take the lead. Let's see if we can actually find out how that pass happened and go from there. Let's see. Just looked like he really dove it down low, threw it in there, stayed in the throttle, got a little bit of a slide job. Moving on up, picking it up in front of the 41. 41 giving him all kinds of love to that tailgate all the way into the corner. 41's going to get a little tight, wash up just a little bit, had to get out of the throttle, but only for a split second. And these guys continue to battle it out. 41 just not able to hold on. And man, what a great battle. 85 again, going to go ahead and throw it in. Drift up right in front of the 41. Keep it off the wall. This time 41 not so close. But look at that draft. Just pull him up. Let's go ahead and bring it back live and get right back to this battle one more time. So now you see the live version. 41 just a little bit further back behind the 85 of Jacob Blankenship. And if I'm not mistaken, there was somebody out there. Yeah, Josh Coble said, I like in that 85. Well, there you go. 85, he's got all kinds of clean air now on the hood of that Ford F-150. Now you see the 41 trying to get back up to him. Maybe try to pack a little bit of air on that left-hand side. I don't know if he'll be able to complete the pass there, but he was able to slide on up. Look at this, slide job after slide job, crossover after crossover. 85's going to try. I'm just letting the audio play out, guys. This is absolutely amazing work between these two. So far, so good. No real issue with netcode between them. 81, the 85 again going to try to throw it down. 41's going to have the run up on the high side. Look at this battle. Zone talking about Byron Jones in this 29. Talking about the little bit of damage that he might have had to the right-hand side. Let's actually take a look down that right side and see if he's got anything going on. I didn't see anything from that last pass. Don't see anything on the left side. Looks like the right front is pretty good. Right rear pretty good also. But just in case, let's go ahead and take a look at that left side also. No issue. Oh, wrong one. No issues at all for Byron Jones. So far, so good for this Patriot Esports number 29 Chevy Silverado. Right now, Byron is a good, 11 plus seconds back from these two, and they continue to battle it out. Let's actually jump on board with Jacob Blankenship, turn a lap or two with this guy. Y'all out there in chat, go ahead and turn it up, crank it up. Do whatever you want to do with that surround sound system you got. Let's go. All right, so 85, he's going to go ahead and slow it up, whoa it up, bring it on down pit road. This, with 21 laps to go, he's going to be right on the cusp of being able to make it all the way. Should be pretty good. Yeah, Josh Copel saying, let's go 85. Slow it up all the way down to pit road speed, max speed to your pit box. Let that signboard hit your hood. Come on out, don't speed, get up, get going, get down, get dirty, and really tackle the rest of this race. Man, what a great job. Big battles between the 41, the 85, and a couple of others. And with the 85 on pit road, that's going to hand the lead over to driver 29 here, Byron Jones. Again, racing with no force feedback whatsoever. Got to slow that thing all the way down to pit road speed. Don't get caught speeding. You've had too good of a race so far, young buck. Man, what a great job. Tom Sears and Aiden Norman also going to bring it on down pit road, and that should hand the lead over to Tom Andrews in this number 24 Exalta machine. So he'll go ahead and grab a point for leading a lap. We'll have to see how this all cycles back out whenever we get back to the 85 and the 41 and others. The 41, it looks like he came down pit road earlier. He came down on lap number 79. So it was one lap before the 85. So those two are still going to be pretty close. 24, a little sideways under brake. Had to adjust that brake bias on the fly to make sure he didn't loop it around. Looks like James Kerr, he's also on pit road back here in this RaceArcs.com Black Acid number 75 Silverado. So good, I'm sorry, Toyota TRD truck, rather, I should say. Donald Ray in this number 5 Arkansas Razorbacks machine. He's going to go ahead and lead a lap. That's going to hand the lead over to the 40 Craftsman truck for Elric George. He's going to come on down and lead. He's going to come on down to pit road as well. And with all that going on, Tristan Catania in this number 48, as he flashes on by the entrance of pit road, he's going to lead a lap, grab a point also. So what a great time. You know, if you don't have the truck to get on up there and grab the W, do something else. Stay out a little bit later. Do what you can to grab a point, grab a stage win, whatever the case may be. And, yeah, have a phenomenal race. So Tristan Catania, last time he came down pit road was on lap 61. So he'll be coming down again here very, very soon for his last pit stop. When that's all said and done, this will cycle back out to Noah Belleville just a little bit further back. You see that the 85 a little bit further back, sitting in P number 3. Noah Belleville here battling out with him. But, yes, so far, Tristan Catania looks like he's going to bring that Ally machine to pit road, grab his last set of Eagle Feel Goods as long as this stays caution-free for these last 16 laps. This will be the last stop. So all back to Noah Belleville. And we saw him and the 85 really battling it out earlier. The 41 came down pit road one lap sooner. So not a whole lot. 53 right now to his inside. He's actually the last truck on the lead lap right now. Scored as on the lead lap because he's tied with the 41. Having to check up just a little bit for that 24. And that's going to put him down one lap for sure. And the first truck one lap down. So that's now going to leave 8 trucks on the lead lap, going back to the 2 of Kevin Feemster. But he's also about to go a lap down as you see that 41 really closing in on his tailgate. So your top 3 right now, Noah Belleville, Jacob Blankenship, and Byron Jones. Tom Sears and Tommy Withers to round out your top 5. Definitely appreciate everybody I see out there that's just joined. Welcome aboard. I'm Pete Ruzick, or best known as Repeat or Repeat 1975, whatever you want to call me. And whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or the Sim Racing channel through Roku TV, I definitely appreciate you. Welcome aboard. 41's going to go ahead and throw it way low. 53 behind him. This 85, he's got to try to figure out some way to get on up there and get, catch back up to him. He's going to be able to, I'll switch over to his nose right now. He's got to be able to use this draft, if at all possible, to work his way back up and make up, the 1 second flat that he's behind. He's got to get on up there and do what he can. I mean, right now, sitting P2, he'd be on the middle step of the podium. He wants 1. He's shown that he can get on up there and make it happen. He just needs to fight his way through traffic. And right now, with them 3 wide up there for the I believe that's going to be the battle for the lucky dog. He's really got to make sure that he doesn't get collected in anything and just stays fast. Down to 0.8 of a second, so he's gaining time, staying right there in the tire tracks and right there in the draft of these 2 cars that are a lap or more down, battling it out. There you see him going all the way down low, guiding it along, right along that white line, and then let it wash back up. Use as little wheel as possible coming off the corner. That way you don't scrub off any extra speed. Just guide the truck up the hill, and then do your thing as he knows how for the rest of the way. 0.7 of a second is what we're down to. You can see that there on the scoring pile on the left-hand side. At ARCS_racing on Twitter is where you can go to catch any information about these guys and what they're racing on any given night of the week. These guys race literally Sunday to Sunday. Tell you, this 85, he can almost taste it. He's getting closer, and now he's got that bottom side there, as you see, all to himself. He just has to worry about sliding it on up there and catching up to the draft of that course machine right in front of him, and feeding off of that pull, making use of it as much as he can. He can't get too high up, because then he's got to worry about the dirty air getting dumped on his hood and him possibly going into the wall. That's why he's trying to find a different line, one that has some clean air, doesn't give too much speed away, and he can really race it out. You see him now just 0.72 behind, so he continues to make time. It's just not so far enough. He actually lost time there, almost back to 0.8. So it seems like he's better than the top 2 in 1 and 2, but trails just a little bit in 3 and 4. This battle for the lead is definitely going to be between Noah Belleville right here in this number 41 and Jacob Blankenship. You can see there on the scoring pylon, Byron Jones 15 plus seconds behind. So it's going to be between the 85 and the 41 if the 85 is able to catch him. Let's actually jump on board with that 53 and show you what Mr. Alexander is having to deal with and just how much he's moving around as he's all over the back end of that 41. Now looks like he's actually lost that a little bit. Not sure if he got tight right there or what happened. But let's jump on board with his gyro cam and see what he's got going on here. From Jacob Blankenship. Looks like he's decided to go ahead and migrate to the high side. He was giving away too much time. And as he goes through, you can actually hear the tires, sliding on the track. So he's trying to do everything that he possibly can. And here we go. Looks like he's going to go ahead and try to dive it underneath the 53. Will the 53 give him the spot? No, they're going to make contact. 53 is going to go into the inside. Come on, back up. No harm, no foul. Oh, and then we're going to make contact again. This time 53 hard into the wall. This should be a caution. Will it bring out the caution and bring out the green-white checker? So far, no. We are staying green. 2 laps to go. Noah Belleville now with a very clear 3, almost 4 seconds ahead. I am very, very surprised that yellow did not just fly right there. Jason Alexander looks like he was the only one caught up in all that, but very, very unfortunate that all just happened. Yep. Josh, I hear you. I hear you. All right, so white flag lap. 41 now doing what he's done all night long. Josh, I have no idea where the caution is. Coming off turn number 4, it's going to be this number 41 Haas Automation Ford F-150. Noah Belleville for the W here from Kansas. All you can say is wow. 85 going to come on up, give a little bit of love. 48 Tristan Catania and him get together just a little bit. Josh Coble, I'll tell you what, talking about next week, we're going to be going short track racing, Thunder Valley style. That's right, we're going to Bristol Motor Speedway. It's Bristol, baby. Next week, same bat time, same bat channel. I cannot wait. Byron Jones coming on up, showing a little bit of love to the 41. It's his turn to go ahead and burn it down. We're going to clear the boards for the guy. Let's go. All right, so it looks like Mr. Belleville is done. That Haas Automation number 41 able to hold it together for the entire burnout. So our top 3 again: Noah Belleville, Jacob Blankenship in that number 85 Ford F-150, and Byron Jones up 13 spots in his number 29 Patriot Esports Silverado. Great job by him, even with all the equipment difficulties that he had. All right, ladies and gents, stay right here. We will absolutely be right back. We're with our top 3. We're gonna talk to these drivers. Stay tuned. All right, guys, gals, welcome back. Thanks for definitely sticking it around. And we've got Byron Jones, our third place driver in that number 29 Patriot Esports Chevy Silverado. Byron, we got a chance to talk to you. You didn't qualify because you were having some technical difficulties with your steering wheel. Actually, weren't getting any force feedback, so you started from the back. In the end, when it's all said and done, you finished 13 spots up in that Silverado P number 3, bottom step on the podium. But welcome, man. Definitely been a little bit since I got a chance to talk to you. We saw where just a little bit of netcode came up between you and the 40, I believe. Kind of tangoed a little bit on the backstretch. Able to come on down pit road, fix it up just a little bit. And here you are, man. One hell of a race. Walk us through it, please.
Yeah, that entire race, actually, I had no force feedback. It was terrible. I couldn't feel a single thing out of the car. I couldn't get any response that I wanted. But, hey, to be able to walk away, this position right now is amazing. Finishing P3 is the best thing that could happen tonight. It was the only thing that went right, I'm going to be honest. Coming down on pit stops, that was definitely tough, trying to keep up with Noah and the 83 of Jacob. Those two were just... they were on something else, man, tonight. They were on rails. But at the end of the day, taking P3, walking home, getting some good points today. I feel great walking into Bristol next week, and hopefully I got a fighting chance up there. But I tell you, Pete, I'm on a high right now. But I feel a little bit like Carson Hocevar and Martin Truex. If something doesn't go right, the other thing doesn't go right. And like Carson, I'm always up there, but I still haven't got that win. I'm still fighting for it.
Well, man, I know that you fight hard week in and week out, representing Patriot Esports very, very strong, not only here, but also on Sunday nights, tomorrow night when we go back racing with the turn down for iRacing Truck Series. You're getting closer and closer. You got all brand new equipment that you're working with. How you feeling about your chances maybe at Thunder Valley, one of the best races, one of the biggest races that almost everybody wants to win?
Oh, I feel great walking into that. Hopefully, it's my type of track. I can't say it's not. That's my style of track. Every time we've went there, I felt really, really strong. I felt really, really competitive. I don't think next week is going to be any different. And we'll just have to sort of transfer, work a little more, understand a little bit more of the car, and hopefully get this issue fixed before next week to fully come in and do everything I can to get a win, get up there in the podium, set myself up for the next round. But yeah, at the end of the day, it just comes down to a lot of practice.
All right, buddy. Well, you know that I'm a big fan. Any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors that you want to get out there, bud?
Oh, shout out to you, of course, coming here, creating this team. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have this team that we're running right now. Also, shout out to, I'm sure my grandma's watching. My grandma, if she's out there watching, shout out to, trying to think here. Jones Payton Design, my new company that I have up right now. I got a website. I got everything going on right now. I do paint schemes. Actually, the paint scheme you saw tonight on my truck was the own paint scheme that I've created myself. And, that's about it. Everybody else that comes in supports me week in, week out. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you follow me out there on Twitter, anybody out there in the chat, Jones PND on Twitter. I actually tweeted out a picture of a Ferrari GT3 Evo that Byron did for me a while, about week and a half, almost 2 weeks ago. Ferrari came out absolutely amazing. Look him up on Twitter. Give him a follow, and maybe young Byron Jones here can hook you up better than he hooked me up. So Byron, congratulations on this P3. I'm looking forward to next week, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. You go get him, sir.
Thank you, Pete.
You got it. All right, let's go ahead and slide old Noah Belleville up here into the booth. Unfortunately, we weren't able to reach Jacob Blankenship, not anywhere around for post-race commentary. But Noah, man, I'll tell you what, it seems like you, the 85, the 40 was giving you a little bit of a challenge, and a couple others all night long. But man, when it's all said and done, you were able to come across, even though that 85 was closing in bad fast. until him and the 53 mixed it up just a little bit behind you. Talk us through that race, and if the 85 and 53 didn't get together, what do you think that outcome would have been? Very, very close, or you think you still would have had it?
Yeah, well, first off, it feels good to finally get one. Holy crap, I've come so close so many times, but, man, that was, felt nice to have a good run like that. But, yeah, the strategy worked. I said it when you, talked to me there at the end of stage 1. Just run the top, preserve the tires. I pit a lap early there on the final pit stop to get ahead of Blankenship, and that worked out pretty well. And I knew he'd probably creep back up because he had a lap fresh of tires. But with that lead that I had, I wanted to just keep running the top, keep preserving the tires, so that if he did get there, I still had enough left to defend really easily and run the bottom if I needed to. So even if he didn't get together with the 53 there, I feel like I probably still could have held him off because he was working those tires pretty hard there, trying to get up to me, but I was saving them pretty well, and it worked out, and didn't run out of fuel this time. I still had enough left to do a burnout. I ran out of fuel in the burnout, but hey, still got to do one.
Yeah, I went on up and cleared the boards, gave you the entire limelight, completely, all yours for every bit of that burnout. I was kind of worried about you when I saw Tristan come on up and give you a little bit of a love tap to the tailgate. I thought maybe you ran out again, but no, able to go on up and burn the house down. You were talking about the battle between you and the 85 before the last round of green flag pit stops. You came in one lap earlier than him. I gave you a little bit of an advantage coming out. Everybody knows that's the way that it works. But before you both went down, you were just just slide job after slide job between the two of you.
Yeah.
And that was absolutely fun to watch. He'd come on down, a little bit of a crossover, slide on down, come up right in front of you. You'd come on up and give him a little bit of a love tap to the tailgate, and then you'd go on by him. So what was that whole transition like between you two, and how much did you really have to watch not to hit him too hard, or vice versa?
Yeah. Well, I was trying to just stay on the top so that hopefully I could just start pulling away, but it wasn't working out that way, and he kept slide jobbing me, and finally I was just like, all right, screw it. I'm just throwing the plan out the window, and I started to slide job him back, and yeah, that was a lot of fun. But a few times there, I really didn't feel comfortable on the bottom through 3 and 4. So every time he'd slide job me in 1 and 2, I just push him down the back stretch, and then get him back on the front stretch. But yeah, that was a very, very fun exchange, and I also had a good one with Elric George too. He finally had himself a really good run, and that was really cool to see. Always enjoy racing with him. But towards the end of that run with Blankenship, I ended up hitting the wall, and gave me a pretty good, decent amount of damage on my right front. And so that's kind of what motivated me to pit a little earlier. Like, the original plan was to pit about a lap earlier on the fuel run, but I ended up pitting like 4 laps earlier on the fuel run because I got that damage, and I ended up using my fast repair to get rid of it. But Blankenship reacted to it pretty well. I was really hoping with Tri-Strand behind him that he'd kind of distract him and he wouldn't have noticed that I pit, just to kind of get a little sneaky on him, but he caught me. And but luckily, still worked out, and feels nice to finally get one.
Well, we saw Joshua Gaiman go ahead and grab the Smeal Racing Designs pole, but you're grabbing the top step of the Smeal Racing Designs podium. Moving on next week to Bristol Motor Speedway, Thunder Valley, the last great Coliseum, and all the other great nicknames that have been thrown out over the years. What do you think about your chances to go back to back? And now that you've actually, with this W, automatically moving on to the next round, I believe. What do you think about next week at the that half-mile track in Bristol, Tennessee, before we kick off the third and final round of the playoffs before we go championship racing?
Yeah, I didn't make the playoffs because I didn't run enough races. Yeah. So, but next week I don't think I'm going to be able to run Bristol in the trucks because I wanted to watch the real race, which is Saturday night. But I am going to be racing the Sunday race at Bristol, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Bristol's definitely top 5 tracks to race. It's always a good time, always puts on a great show, and I am really, really looking forward to that.
All right, well, Noah. Well, man, great race tonight. Way to put it all together. Any quick, friends, family, sponsors you need to get out there, sir?
Yep. Shout out to you, sir, for putting on this broadcast. Always looking forward to go and watching those. So gonna do that here in a minute. Shout out to all my family and friends watching. I know they enjoy watching these races, and I'm always excited that they're watching, and I always enjoy putting on a show for them. And shout out to all the guys at ARCS, and Catania and Withers and all them for putting on this series. It's a great series. I love running it, and looking forward to running some more.
All right, man. Well, again, big congrats. Again, unfortunately, we weren't able to get a hold of Jacob Blankenship for post-race commentary, but man, hell of a race by the 85. Definitely had some people out there pulling for him. You had people pulling for you. People talking about Byron and everything that he's had to go through also. So a lot of fun out there between Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and the Sim Racing channel on Roku. I definitely got to give a big old thanks to a couple, to both of the sponsors though here with the Saturday Night Showdown iRacing Truck Series with ARCS Midwest Barbecue. I'm going to go ahead and put their link out there in chat again. Whether you just need something small or you need something big to tow behind, go on over MidwestBBQEquip.com. Look at their full inventory and give them a shout. Tell them I sent you. And of course, you got to say hello to the one and only Chicks and Honey over there on Instagram, CHIX, the & Honey. It's an Instagram page all about teaching people how to create a self-sufficient homestead. Teaching others how to turn raw land and self-sufficient property, everything from solar, self-building your house, creating a garden, and raising your own animals to provide meat, dairy, and goods to your family. And unless you haven't been to a food store lately, and you haven't seen all the prices going up and up and up, imagine going on over to Chicks and Honey on Instagram and learning about it, being able to do all that for yourself and saving yourself a boatload of cash. We will be back again tomorrow night with the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series. But until next week, same bat time, same bat channel, here with this ARCS series. We will see you again soon next week from Bristol Motor Speedway.